Maybe.
So taking a look here, Hanamura is taken out. Route 66, though, is in the map pool and potentially likely to be our first map. I mean, I think IDDQD likes it. Reunited clearly likes it after what just happened in the last game versus Luminosity. So could we have a Route 66 to start out our grand finals? Because that'd be incredible. Nope. It's not happening, Hex. Not like this.
No, we're going to start off a little more traditionally, I believe. Both teams are big fans of Numbani, and both teams can play Kings Row. Although I would imagine that Reunited doesn't want to start on Kings Row. Actually, IDDQD bans out Kings Row. Maybe they feel they just have that map because they've been unbreakable on Kings Row lately. Their defense is, they haven't given up first point to anyone in forever, I feel.
No, they definitely haven't. So that's going to be, first map will be Numbani in our grand finals, Reunited versus IDDQD. But before it's too out of sight, out of mind, we're going to take a moment here and look at some of the best plays coming out from our last map, or last series, rather, between Reunited and Luminosity. And you can't even do that without showing, at least I'm trying to. The website isn't letting me go full screen, which is really... You know what? We'll leave it for later. We're about to get into Numbani. Letting the teams know that we are ready.
I need
That'll
an
be
invite
fixed
for
for
that
later.
lobby, actually.
No, we're ready without you, Hex. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you are, but...
We're getting you into the game. Actually, it's interesting. You can't actually join off your friends list right now. You can join if you get an invite, but if you don't get an invite, then you can't join. It's really...
Yeah, I've been running all sorts of problems with that today. We're, of course, trying to bring you the stream in as many languages as possible. Blizzard, if you're listening to me right now, just update spectator slots to about 45 should be enough.
45, yeah, I mean, any more and it's overkill, any less and it's just not quite enough. 45 is the magical amount, really.
Perfect number. So, Numbani, probably won't see Double Orb, might see some Junkrat, maybe see some Bastion. Actually, IDDQD's been running a legit Torbjorn on this a little bit. They also ran 5 Torbjorns against Melty the other day on this map. If that's legit or not,
the 5 Torbjorns were... Yeah, they didn't run the 5 Torbjorns again when up against a non-Melty team, so I feel like that was sort of directed at Melty in some way. I mean, I don't think that's their normal strategy. It's also they won their attack round so quickly, they probably figured they could get right at the Torbjorns anyways.
As it was explained to me, and I was actually toying with it, trying to do a Swedish accent, but I will save everyone that. I think TV told me, he's like, what? It's a legit strategy. We won, didn't we? So, I mean, fair enough.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
They did win. That's what I was saying. He's like, well, yep, did win.
Yep. It's hard to argue with a winning 5 Torbjorn strategy. But also, I mean, it can be a legit strat if you put up a decent time on offense. Then you're like, well, it's going to take them at least a minute to kill these turrets. It's already GG.
Yep. So waiting for both teams to get on the same page here. It looks like they need the switch here. Too Easy saying we attack switch. So
yeah, also, I mean, so the rest of the map pool, Lijiang is in the map pool. That has been, oddly enough, IDDQD's good map on King of the Hill. They are very good at it. Mendo goes crazy on Tracer on Lijiang. But we should see some fireworks. There's a little bit of a, I wouldn't say bad blood, but fun rivalry to watch between Too Easy and Mendo. There's been some teabagging going on, some sprays, some talk and chat. It's fun to watch. Too Easy rocked him yesterday on the first stage of Lijiang, sniped him twice when he was on Tracer, and then Mendo got the better of it on the second stage of Lijiang, which is IDDQD's better stage of that map as well. So hopefully we get to see Lijiang in this. It's in the map pool. Hanamura's in the map pool. Kings is in the map pool. Route 66. So regardless of what we go to after Numbani, it should be a good time. Even if we go to Kings, then we'll get to see Pluppy on his Junkrat, which has been just remarkable on Kings.
So we're talking about replays. We did do a little bit. We are going to get some replays here, and this was, I believe, the big Zarya play coming out from last game. Definitely one of the gems. So taking a look at this as we pull it up for you guys here. 1 second. There we go. Of course, this is brought to you by Plays.tv. It's really easy to make replays of stuff you see here. So looking back. This is where they drop back. The big Graviton Surge from Seagull comes in, and Milo just casually walks up, damage boosted by Esper, and gets 4 kills. Definitely one of the better plays that we saw out of that series, to be sure. And there's another play that people had hallmarked here. But yeah, Hex, what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to read chat. They're still trying to figure out who's attacking and who's not. I've yet to see the replay, but if it involves Zarya, I'm all for it.
Involves Zarya. You're down with the Zarya.
I am. I've always liked Zarya. I feel more comfortable on projectile classes, and she's got the right-click projectile. Also, I mean, the Tobelstein is a great ultimate. I know it's called Graviton Surge, but she says something Tobelstein, and that's just where I'm going for it.
Yeah, it does sound like saying Tolstein. I'm not sure what she's actually saying. I think there's one thing where like Tolstein is actually a name of a person in the Overwatch universe or something, and he had some graviton theorem or something. At least that's my guess.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, because it says like Avenge for the Tobelstein or something along those lines. I always confuse it with like a candy bar, like the Toblerone.
I mean, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, whatever. You gotta try and apply something to it. I mean, why not?
No, I mean there's all colloquialisms for the ultimates. You know, you're good with keeping to the Blizzard branding and calling it Deadeye. To me, it's High Noon. You know, I screw those things up a lot. I've called Barrage Aerial Barrage several times because usually you're off the ground when you do it. That's not what it's called. But as we go forward in Overwatch, the language will become, you know, Pigeon and in a bit of ways.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you would think it would be called High Noon, but it is called Deadeye. It's sort of paying respect to the fact that he's a really, really good shot. It's the duel, it's the cowboy legend, something like that. But anyways, taking a look here at the defense, it's going to be IDDQD defending to start things out on Numbani. We've seen them put very, very strong defenses out in the past. I mean, even getting point A against IDDQD is often proven to be a Herculean task for most teams.
Yeah, I mean, everyone always talks about, well, they just run that God comp. They just run double orb. It's just Mendo and Pluppy is doing all the work on offense. And not really. IDDQD is probably the strongest defensive team in all of Overwatch. Yes, they can play that God comp very well. Not anymore, perhaps. But their defense has been what's defined their play since they've started playing, really. A lot of it starts with Internet Hulk. I know there's jokes about his aim and that he plays characters that don't have to aim. Hulk has a great game sense and will punish you with his Symmetra if given the chance. He's won play of the game on Symmetra several times, but he's the core of that defense. He gets teleporters up, keeps him alive too. So he'll be playing Symmetra. Mendo will be on McCree, Chips on Zenyatta, Coco on Reinhardt, Nebridgebup, Never Give Up, Harry Hook on Mercy, and Pluppy, of course, on Junkrat. So Pluppy will be holding up this high ground as always on defense. Mendo looking to get picks on the right side. Essentially, they put Pluppy alone on this left side. If they get in trouble, he'll jump over.
So taking a look here at the attack for Reunite, we get Valtaja on the Roadhog, Cruz on the Lucio, Too Easy on the Tracer, Unfixed on Genji, Morte on Zenyatta, and Winghaven rounding things out on the Symmetra. And, you know, just a short note on the Bridge of Up. It is supposed to stand for Never Give Up, but if we were to call it Never Give Up over and over again on the cast, people would wonder, who in the world are we talking about? It's up to him to fix his name. But, taking a look here at Mendo here. Mendo on the defense. We've seen him do a lot of great things on McCree in recent memory. Pluppy, of course, on Junkrat has been very effective as well. In fact, Pluppy not always Junkrat on this map. Sometimes he goes Soldier, but today he is Junkrat. And he gets the first kill of the game, takes out Morte, but he pays for it as Infex takes him out. So 5v5 right now to start things out as Reunited starting to push into point A here. Look here, Mendo looking to land shots, not landing as much as he would probably want right now. Unfixed staying alive, and look at this position here by Reunited. They're on the point. Winghaven takes up Chips again, and this is working out pretty well for them so far.
It's really smart. I mean, the thing that they did is they focused on Pluppy to begin with. The defense starts and ends with his Junkrat there. Once they bullied him off, they put the Tracer and the Genji on him. He got off the cliff, and they're just unable to do it. They are reinforcing with his teleporter up top, but they'd be smart to just leave, really.
That was 4 kills for Reunited to start things out, Hex, and now a 5th kill. So just not... You don't usually see IDDQD lose a first point that decisively, but Reunited definitely making it happen here today.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I've been saying it for a while on King's Row. If you can take out Pluppy, which is easier said than done, then you have a good chance of cracking the defense, and that's exactly what they did, devoting resources to him right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, even though they did have to pay a price in Morte dying to Pluppy, it was very, very well worth. Pluppy was down. They weren't able to get spammed by the Junkrat, and they were able to sort of crack the code, just walk casually onto the point and make it happen. Right. And note the Valtaja Roadhog no longer, now on the Torbjorn. So Torbjorn, while payload is in progress, still very favored by teams.
Yeah, turns that cart into a tank. They've got an offensive teleporter ready to be dropped. They've got good offensive ultimates up. They're in a nice spot right now.
You're gonna note that Pluppy's on Tracer, he's in the backline. Meanwhile, on the other end of the backline, we see Unfixed trying to get in on this Widow. Will deflect the first shot, trying to finish her off in hot pursuit. Will Coco go down? Coco still able to stay alive for a little bit. Pluppy still in the back, and this is taking a long time to kill this Widow. Coco being very, very evasive and not making things easy at all. Dragon Blade does finally come out for Unfixed. It will slice and dice the bridge up down. Too Easy able to take out Mendo. So that's 2 kills now for the offense as they move forward. Reunited looking pretty decent so far. And meanwhile, Coco's still alive. Still alive. Finally, Coco goes down. Props to Coco for staying alive that long.
Yeah, you might see him switch off Mendo now on Widowmaker, actually.
Yeah, interesting. Mendo switching to Widow. Coco perhaps not getting it done. Hard to say. But meanwhile, on the offense, we see Too Easy already very aggro on the Tracer. And you don't usually see IDDQD lose this much ground this early on the defensive round. This has been really good. And oh, Mendo takes out Too Easy very quickly on that. Good stuff coming up from Mendo. No teabagging involved. I guess that's because... I don't know. I just come to expect that between Too Easy and Mendo at this point.
Yeah, so we've got Torbjorns on both sides, which is a rare case too. The offensive sound barrier comes in though.
We do see Pulse Bomb coming out, takes out the defensive turret. Voltaja able to take out the bridge above. Still kill feed very in favor of Reunite here. Coco and Internet Hulk starting to change it back a bit. Oh my god, Unfixed just got obliterated by Mendo. He came in off the Dragon Blade, charged in, got headshot. Mendo with the very sick plays there. And now IDDQD starting to stabilize a bit and moving forward. Wow.
Yeah, they're holding this defense pretty well right now. They've got some ultimates up. They've got defensive sound barrier up, which is more important. Voltaja is going to be trying to reestablish his turret and then Molten Core, but that's going to be a rough task. Mendo going ham right now.
Mendo just got another 2 picks, and he has just absolutely been a force in this last part of the game. I mean, he shouldn't even be alive. When a Genji comes in Dragon Blade, to get the clutch headshot, that was something else entirely.
Yeah, now he's really on the front lines.
And he just got a pick on Voltaja here, so we got Mendo just going absolutely ham. Taking a look at Pluppy here. Pluppy rotating back over, looking for his opportunity here as Tracer. Just wants to probably drop down and pick off Morte, if at all possible, but IDDQD finding their defensive footing and their second win.
Yeah, Pluppy actually getting up top, just keeping eyes on top, making sure that they're not trying to sneak anything through there. Very smart play. Of course, Nabridgeabov has his defensive sound barrier.
Oh, look at this. Too Easy getting hunted by Pluppy. Down goes Too Easy. Great tracking by Pluppy. Good ambush to make that happen. Meanwhile, taking a look here at Mendo. Mendo looking for those picks. Has Voltaja in his sights. Hits one shot. Will he hit the next? Voltaja runs out of the way. Unfixed going to go down. Voltaja goes down. And IDDQD now making short work of the Reunited offense. This is a big change up from how this map started.
Yeah, they finally found their footing. Actually, really kind of switched around from them when Coco switched off of Widow. Mendo switched onto it, and Mendo just went absolutely crazy. Coco now getting his turret up as well. Pluppy with good eyes on everything as well. Yeah, but it was really Mendo's play that really slowed them down.
Yeah, definitely. So Pluppy right now looking for the offensive pulse bomb here, just being really sneaky, playing Tracer almost in the way that you'd see a Reaper played if Reaper had way more mobility, but very smart nonetheless. Looking for those picks. Is going to eat a Discord Orb, but look, he doesn't have to burn Rewind anymore. It just goes off on its own.
Very nice. He does have pulse bomb up though. He might be looking for a big jump. He comes in back.
Yep, he's coming in the back. And I gotta say, this has been a lot of quiet for an Overwatch match. You don't frequently have this much quiet, but it is happening as Reunited taking their time and setting up. So, we see Pluppy coming in, looking for Too Easy. Too Easy just gonna go up the other way, wanting to get away from him. Mendo, though, Pluppy rewinds back up, does take him out anyways. So, Pluppy on the pursuit. Mendo able to get a pick as well. 3 kills now for IDDQD, and they are making a very good case on defense here and just totally stalling out Reunited.
They have had 0 answers for Mendo on this Widowmaker. Too Easy is playing Widow too, but Pluppy's back there dealing with him. Unfixed on the Winston trying to deal with the Widowmaker. He got sniped by Mendo. They've had 0 answers for this.
Yeah, definitely. And Pluppy, honestly, the harassment from Pluppy, the sniping from Mendo, and just the overall solid play of the rest of the IDDQD team has really been stalling out Reunited here. They haven't had an answer just yet. And even things like the Torbjorn have really been throwing them for a loop.
Yeah, I mean, once they've stabilized here and it does come back to Coco switching off and letting Mendo take over the Widow duties, it has been a different game since that moment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Coco, of course, we see him do good stuff on Widow in the past. Mendo perhaps a little bit more confident, or just the switch up in general.
Right.
Whatever it may be. IDDQD making a case here. Here comes Pluppy from the back. Doesn't have Pulse Bomb just yet. Looking for Too Easy. Is super far deep. Gets sniped out by Mendo, though, for his trouble. Not going to stay alive for too long there. Meanwhile, taking a look at Mendo as Pluppy goes down. Mendo on the back got dove on pretty hard. They definitely see Mendo as one of their key threats. Winston with the primal rage on top of the payload. Still not enough momentum for Reunited just yet. Morte, though, takes out the turret. Reunited starting to make a case. Shipsh's End, though, takes out Unfixed. And as a result, this is starting to look a little bit worse for Reunited. We do have Mendo versus 2 Easy here. Sniper v Sniper battle in progress. And Mendo takes out 2 Easy. And Mendo on an absolute rampage takes out the Zarya as well. Feels liberated from his shackles just because the other Widow keeps him in line. And he's just moving super far out now.
Oh, yeah, they're just spawn camping now.
So this game started out so well for Reunited, and everything is going up in flames right now.
Well, I mean, they really kind of need to stop them. Well, it's good they're putting together this defense now because the first 2 points, Reunited was making very fast time, which would be very difficult for them to beat those times as a win condition. Now with this defense here, if they can finish the map in a decent time, they should be okay.
Yep, taking a look at Puppy right now, staying here to stand up. He's going to be going in. Meanwhile, we have the Zarya ult coming up from Voltaja, but Zarya ult has made a lot of things happen. Down he goes, Coco with the kill. Only Voltaja is down right now for the Reunited side, but that could change very quickly. Mendo with the pick on Cruz. Mendo with the pick on the Tracer, and everyone for Reunited is dead.
Yeah,
wow.
What do you do here? I mean, they got...
I don't know. IDDQD, it feels like they were rope-a-doping a bit. They looked completely mortal and were just getting smacked around to begin the map, and then you get to the last point, and
I like this.
It's all to Vico's side from here. I don't know.
I like this change. They're running double tracers. They're just going to really try to deal with Mendo, and then after that, just kind of figure it out as it goes. But they know that right now it starts with taking out Mendo, and tracers are the ideal way they think they can do that. The Winston didn't work, that's for sure.
Yep, and here comes Puppy coming in from the back, has Pulse Bomb up, looking to take out Voltaja here, if possible. We do see the offensive sound barrier coming out from Cruz. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Bomb coming out on the 2 Easy. Doesn't kill anyone just yet. Sound barrier doing its work. Mendo, though, able to pick off Morte. Coco on Unfixed. And this is, again, looking pretty good for the defense. 2 Easy able to kill a turret at least, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, the turret had just molten cord and taken out one of the tracers already.
Okay, so look at this. 2 Easy, look at 2 Easy in the back. Almost takes out Mendo. Not quite yet, though. Gets counter-sniped by Mendo as the Tracer comes in. There's nice sports by 2 Easy, just not enough. And this is just not looking the greatest for Reunited. They only have 40 seconds left to complete the map after they got here with something like 7 minutes left on the final point.
Yeah, I think it took them a little shy of 3 minutes to get to second point overall. So...
yeah, and... after this, it's just been all downhill from there. So this is going to be almost certainly the last push attempt from Reunited as they try and complete map number 1 versus IDDQD. And IDDQD, while starting out slow, has definitely finished strong so far. We see them coming in. Voltaja with the pulse bomb is able to take out the turret. Voltaja also took out Zenyatta, so things going in Reunited's favor so far. 2 Easy with the pick on Mendo Kusai. Pluppy, even though he avenges his fallen brethren, still going not too bad. That being said, the Molten Core is out. Pluppy is in the backfield. Coco with a kill. Pluppy with a kill on Cruz. And now Pluppy going crazy in the back. Has Morte in his sights. Might very well be taking him out here. Voltage is still around, but meanwhile, let's take a look at the cart. The cart, no one's on it. And as a result, IDDQD going to hold in the most unlikely of circumstances on Numbani, because I thought this was going to be a quick Reunited map, but wow, the turnaround is absolutely real.
Yeah, it was pretty stunning there. And like I said, Internet Hulk will steal plays of the game on his Symmetra.
Gang can play a game while knocked to the ground. Don't see that every day. So speed boost in, goes in, left clicks. Surprised that guy played the game, but look at Mendo after he switched to Widow. A 20 kill streak. If that's not putting the team on your back with one single hero switch, I don't know what is.
So he died once in the game. He got 1 elimination, died, and then when it came up as Widow. Actually, no, he died towards the end. Mendo did get counter-sniped by 2 Easy at one point. Still.
Yeah,
so my timer, unofficially here, I've got 2 minutes and 40 to get to second point, which they might not be able to beat, but they just have to finish the map.
Yep, if they finish the map, then they win outright.
I started my timer a little late, but I think that's an approximation time that I think that's right. Pretty sure it's right. Relying on me for math and numbers is a grave mistake.
I was gonna say indeed, but that just sounds rude.
Well, no, but you'd be right. I mean, it's completely fine. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's about 2:40 there because I've got 2 minutes on the split, and I started it something a little late. So yeah, 2:40 sounds right. I think it feels right. You're the one with a great sense of time. Does that seem right to you?
I'm not really sure. I have a good sense of time for the overall time, not so much like the points in between. Taking a look here at the defense as it comes out for Reunited. Reunited ideally is going to want to try and stop IDDQD at point A. Might be easier said than done, however. But their defense is going to consist of Volataja on the McCree, Unfixed on the Junkrat, Too Easy on the Tracer, Winghaven on the Reinhardt, Cruz on Symmetra. We'll see what Morte comes out with, but probably a Mercy or a Lucio.
Okay, so the couple win conditions here is they either have to get to second point faster than 240 or complete the map. However, if they do not get to the second point faster than 240 and do not complete the map, it will be Reunited. So Reunited's still not out of this just yet. All right, so offensively, then we have Nabridgebup on Lucio, Chipsajin on Zenyatta, Internet Hulk on Symmetra, Mendo on Tracer, Pluppy on Genji, and Coco on Roadhog.
Yep, so we'll see what comes out from both teams here. As they roll out, we'll see if the Reunited defense can hold IDDQD back, or if IDDQD is going to roll forward. Now, this is a change-up a bit, in the sense that we used to see double Zenyatta coming out from IDDQD. They are still running the double offense in Genji and Tracer, just opting for that Roadhog instead of a double Zenyatta.
Yeah, we've seen kind of it's the same thing where teams run a different sixth, but now they're running two different flex spots rather than the second Zenyatta.
Yep, so they are moving over. They want to get this point as quick as possible because they do have the ability to end the map quickly by simply taking second point. Both teams trying out poke as relative positioning, and IDDQD really, with the exception of Tracer, trying to go straight up the gut here. Yeah, and Coco getting a lot of good damage off those right clicks. Roadhog, of course, does a lot. Gets a hook on the Tracer, not able to convert on the kill. That was really a awkward hook as it came down. But the push-up is happening. No, still a bloodless game. No one has died just yet. Cruz, though, able to take out Internet Hulk as Symmetra v Symmetra Val. Here comes the hook from Coco. Takes out Volataja. Not insignificant at all. Slightly in favor of Reunited so far, but Coco doing work as Roadhog in the back. Takes out that. Grabs another hook in the end, but Too Easy is going to live, if nothing else. And look at this, Reunited is going to hold first point, so a good first point hold coming out from Reunited, if nothing else.
Yeah, pretty surprising, actually. I thought after they took out Volataja, they might be able to gain some momentum off of that, but Volataja is now back up. He has ultimate unfixed with ultimate, so a lot of very damaged ultimates up as Too Easy rounds it out with Pulse Bomb as well.
Yeah, Too Easy does run out of Pulse Bomb, so you might be looking at Pulse Bomb right now. Just gonna hit the Roadhog with it. Definitely something you see Tracers do. The Roadhog is one of the easiest heroes in the game to stick, but if you don't have the damage fall up, he'll just live and E, and that's exactly what happened there. Coco is able to shrug most of that off. In fact, lives to kill unfixed. Kills going back and forth, though. Both teams 5v5. Volataja striking back, killing the Bridgebup. Both teams fighting out here. Coco with the hook, not able to kill Too Easy off the hook. In fact, Coco himself goes down to Volataja. So the Reunited defense holding particularly strong this far.
Yeah, a couple kills coming off for them as well. They haven't had to use their ultimates, really. They do have, I think, a tire coming out now from Unfixed.
Yep, Too Easy in a little bit of trouble here. Has to rewind to get rid of the Discord Orb. Gonna have to run for his life. Throws out the Pulse Bomb, though. It's the Roadhog. Not able to finish him off. In fact, he has Harmony Orb, and Too Easy gonna have to get back out of there before terrible things happen. Puppy did just die in the backfield. We see Mendo looking to poke in, but Reunited's defense very, very strong thus far. And we were worried about the time and whatnot, but now it is almost certainly the case where IDDQD will have to complete the map in order to win the map.
Yeah, it is absolutely the case. There's no way they can get to second point faster. Pluppy with a couple kills that takes out the teleporter. That's going to be huge for getting first point. Right now, they just have 2 minutes to deal with first point.
Yeah, nice bomb coming out there as well. Coco going to take out Unfixed. Defensive Transcends is out, though, buying a little bit of time. I think there might be a teleporter up as well. We see Pluppy with the Dragon Blade looking to slice and dice his way through this point. Gets a double kill, looking for more. The Blade still hungers. He's moving forward. Will he be able to get Too Easy as well here? He's running in the back, going to deflect, and even if he doesn't, still a lot of offensive pressure now coming out from IDDQD as they move this forward.
Yeah, he's got the orb for now. It is going to dissipate at some moment unless it's Zen. Oh no, Chips is really coming up with him. Yeah, Chips, he's going to try to come back and get him the orb again.
Yeah, so they're saying, okay, well, Zenyatta can't stay further back. We'll just send the Zenyatta up too. Why not?
Yeah, that's great pressure. I mean, Pluppy's going to have to do his best to protect him if they do start to collapse on this, but they're both up here. They're just keeping eyes on it. It's not as aggressive. He's not going for kills. He's just going for poke, just keeping eyes, keeping them back.
Yep, and
really
it's
cool
actually
play.
interesting how long it's taking Reunited to reset up here. They're waiting a long time on the reset up.
Yeah, Too Easy trying to actually get some picks going on here. He comes up as Widow. They're running Widow, double Tracer. No counter Widow just yet. So So the turret is on the cart, and Pluppy is double orbed by both Discord and Harmony. They're going to brawl out over this cart. It does reach the second point. It might be getting stalled out right now.
Yep. Yeah, Pluppy's still looking for the poke here as Genji. We do see some damage in the backfield. Unfix and Cruz able to do work. Unfix making that Tracer pretty valuable so far. Is going to have a Pulse Bomb up soon. Throws the Pulse Bomb. They're holding on to this point. They don't want them to cap this thing. Look, it's 1.69 meters away. That is very, very close to getting the extra spawns, extra time, etc. But we see Unfix just hanging on there for a while. And look at this Tracer play. He's going to go down. They are going to get the next point. Certainly not in time to beat Reunited's time, but they're moving forward anyways. They have 5.5 minutes to crack this final point, and definitely don't count IDDQD out here at all.
No, I mean, the turret does go down. Chip's able to take that out pretty quickly as well. Too easy, though. Takes out Pluppy. That's going to at least slow their push down.
Well, this is where Too Easy just on Mark of Ego alone. He saw what Mendo did with the 20 kill streak as Widow. Maybe he's going to try and replicate that feat. He's going in deep, runs into Mendo himself, is going to have to snipe him out if he wishes to live here. Mendo wants to take out Too Easy. They're both locked in Mortal Kombat. Symmetra helping him a little bit at the very least. But down goes Symmetra to Mendo. The bear here lasts only for so long. Too Easy versus Mendo still continues in the back. And Mendo saying, you know, I'm just going to kill your Zenyatta instead. Not even worth it.
Yeah, Mendo able to do a lot of work, then takes down the turret as well. They're going to actually keep pushing this cart with Chipsgen and Transcending. Too Easy still alive.
Yeah, Too Easy. That might not be for longer, though. Mendo on hot pursuit. Too Easy still alive, but not for longer. Mendo able to get that pick. And look at the cart. The cart coming very close now for IDDQD. Very close to taking map number 1 here in our grand finals. Defensive Transcends is out, trying to buy a little bit of time. And look at Mendo. Mendo is just in the back, killing people in as they spawn. Gets another kill on the Zen. And IDDQD going, not having any problems finishing out the map, going to finish it out in a dominant fashion. So there you have it, map 1 to IDDQD.
Yeah, made it easy on us. Mendo going absolutely insane. He's going to get play of the game for his Tracer, but his play of the game was on Widow. His Widow play the first half of that map was insane.
Yeah, Mendo, I mean, you saw the difference there. It's one of those cases where maybe everything was going well for him and everything else, but I think a combination of good team support from IDDQD to support Mendo, and then just amazing shots to get that 20 kill streak going. Look, Mendo got the kill streak card again on a different hero. He's playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he's really picked up his play. I mean, not that he was bad before when he was on Reunited or even early on in when he joined IDDQD, but it was still mostly the Pluppy show. But lately, Mendo's really found his home on Tracer in the compositions because he's put on an absolute show when they need to be on offense, and when they're on King of the Hill maps, it's really they look to him to get the picks and to get the streaks. When they're in defense, of course, they look to Pluppy, and everyone else plays really well on this team. I know we focus on Mendo and Pluppy a lot, but everyone on IDDQD allows them to do this. They play so well as a team. They play well together. They like playing with each other. But Mendo just putting on a clinic so far today. We'll see what they can do on the next map, but they take the first map in our best of 5.
Yeah, and again, I just want to note that first map was a lot closer than you might have thought if you just tuned in now, because Reunited started out incredibly strong to start map 1. I mean, they were flying all the way through the first 2 points, and then they just hit a absolute brick wall and a well-formulated defense coming out from IDDQD. So, you know, do not count Reunited out in the series. They definitely have the potential to bring the IDDQD. They just need to dig deep and find it. We're going to the next map, though, and it's going to be Reunited's choice. Kings Row.
Okay.
Not another Route 66 game, but Route 66 still lurks ominously in the background.
Well, here's
there's that.
Here's the thing. They figured out how to beat the defense of IDDQD, at least on first points, and we saw that very early on in Numbani. They sent a Tracer and a Genji to dislodge Pluppy from the top left side. They know they can't just leave him alone to let him to his own devices. It worked out well. They were able to capture first point on Numbani because of that. I think we're going to see something similar on Kings Row because Pluppy owns that alley. He has owned this map. They're going to have to devote resources to get him out of there, and that's how they're going to attack first point.
Yeah, I mean, Pluppy, it's interesting going to Kings Row versus IDDQD just because of what we've seen out of their defense on Kings Row recently. I mean, they have had by far, out of any of the teams we've covered, the most impressive Kings Row defense. And a lot of it is fueled by Pluppy's Junkrat play. It's where you see constantly teams try and go in after Pluppy, and he somehow escapes.
No, they send in a Pharah and a Mercy, which against a Junkrat should win that matchup, right? They should, most of the time. But they don't against Pluppy. He kills them both. And then one time we saw him kill them both, and then he just looked for the rest of the team, and he just casually killed the rest of the team too. So they're going to, at the very least, they have to devote more resources than you should to dislodge him, and that gives the rest of his team an advantage. And the rest of IDDQD, no slouches as well. They will take that advantage and shove the team back.
Yeah, and then of course, just on the Pluppy note too, we saw in the Metatron tournament where a team decided to ignore Pluppy, go through the other side, and Pluppy just chased them down and got a 6 kill. Just, I don't know what you do versus that. It's actually kind of ridiculous.
But I think, they had a decent strategy. Usually, Pluppy was able to deal with the Pharah and Mercy, which a lot of teams are running on King's Row, but they were able to dislodge him on Numbani with a Tracer and a Genji. So that super mobility against Junkrat might be the key to it. We'll see what they try here. But, they've, at least Reunited has figured out the problem. The first thing you have to deal with is Pluppy on his Junkrat on defense. If you can deal with that, you're giving yourself a chance.
Definitely.
But they will not be playing defense first. So.
Nope, they're going to be on attack first. This is actually, I feel like we always see IDDQD on defense for whatever reason at the start out maps, but it's going to be their offense to start things out, and oh no, Hex, I think Hanzo's might be making an appearance.
One can hope. IDDQD has stuck with this for a while. A lot of teams, we thought it was a gimmicky thing, but it has worked for them in the past. If you get a pick off this, that you're running 5v6 or 6v5 as it were, on offense already, and usually it's a crucial class that dies. We've seen Mercies die, we've seen Zenyatta's die, we've seen Symmetra's die, and we've seen Junkrats die to this Hanzo strategy. They're going to damage boost scatter arrows, they're going to pray that it hits and kills someone, and then they're going to have an advantage on it. It costs them literally nothing, like 5 seconds maybe, when you have to switch off of heroes. So I don't know why more teams don't do it. Other teams have to, at the very least, the other team has to prepare defensively for it, and they're not in the positions they want to be in.
Excuse me, I'm dying. I went to speak, and it just, all that gave out was a cough.
All right.
So for the defense coming out, we have Morte on Zenyatta, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Too Easy on Symmetra, Unfixed on the Junkrat, Valtaja on the McCree, and Cruz going to round things out on the Lucio. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Thankfully, I'm not dead. Or so I think.
Who knows? I mean, you're in my company. Isn't that close enough to hell?
You never know.
I'm not letting you answer that.
So right now we're taking a look at here. We're going for the wide view just to look at the Hanzo scatter arrows as they come in. In they come. Nothing close just yet. There they go. Okay. No one dead.
So the laser show is now over. They will be coming in on their standard lineup. Pluppy will be on Pharah. He will be followed by his friend Chipsgen on Mercy. Never Give Up, Harry Hook, Never Give Up, Lucio. Coco will be playing Reinhardt. And Red Hulk on Zarya and Mendo on McCree.
Yep, so we see Pharah coming in, played by Pluppy. Pluppy going for that poke. We've seen Pharah use some pretty good effect on King's Row offense in general. And look at this, defense rushing in right off the Lucio speed boost, not wasting any time, looking for kills. Internet Hulk, though, able to take out Valtaja. And anytime Valtaja is dead early, that is not a good omen for Reunited.
Now, Morte is able to take out Mendo, though, which is also not great for IDDQD.
Yeah, we do have the Resurrect coming out. I believe that was Chipsgen with the res, so a very quick res coming up for him. Gonna bring everyone up to full strength. Look at Internet Hulk. Full charge on Zarya, moving in. Mendo with the pick on Winghaven. Pluppy on Too Easy. 3 kills extra for the IDDQD side, and they already think they have this point, as Internet Hulk is already moving very far forward.
Yeah, they definitely have this point. Coco's actually posted up.
Look at how deep Internet Hulk, Pluppy, and Chipsgen are going here. And look at this, Pluppy gang in over the top of the respawns is able to take out Too Easy right away. Juggles the Reinhardt. Reinhardt in a little bit of trouble as well. But the important thing is people are getting pushed back, and look at that. Valtaja comes out. Not even a dead eye, just left clicks across the map, picks up 2 kills. And now he's back, Reunited defense. Perhaps a little bit more invigorated.
Yeah, Chips died during that push too, but it's fine. They're just going to regroup on the cart back here. They do have a couple ultimates up to work with. I think they're going to really want to wait for Internet Hulk to get Graviton up.
Yeah, and Graviton, of course, very, very good, especially when used in conjunction with Barrage. If Pluppy sees an opportunity before the Graviton's up, he'll definitely go for it, but Graviton up very soon, 3% until it's up, so I believe they will wait, if possible, and we're just going to see what Internet Hulk does with this. Looking at him as he pokes forward. Graviton Surge at the right could be coming out at any moment to set up Pluppy. We do see a defensive, or offensive sound barrier coming up, defensive Transcendence is out. Valtage with 2 kills so far. Graviton Surge is up, Resurrect is up, Pluppy off the Resurrect comes in with the barrage, is going to get taken out by Valtaja, however, so Valtaja really holding things firm for Reunited, at least so far, but Reunited with a lot more numbers on their side as down goes Valtaja.
Yeah, Valtaja really threw a wrench in that plan, though. They wanted to get it much earlier than that, but he was McCreeping on the backside. The Chips and Pluppy had to go deal with him, and then they had to be resurrected to even get that combo off, so Valtaja slowing things down at the very least.
So 7:30 is the time remaining as they cap that. A very quick time being set so far by IDDQD. Reunited not able to stabilize the way they want to here. They do have some extra switch ups. looking at things here. Too Easy, of course, back on the Pharah. We're going to see how this works out here. Dropping rockets from above. Coco charging in with the Zarya shield. Zarya shield, that's one thing people forget, is that's very, very good at assisting your Reinhardt, making things happen. Mendo and Voltage are going to trade out on kills here. Pluppy coming forward. 3 kills now for IDDQD as they move in. Momentum in their favor. Look at this Resurrect coming up from Morte. Resurrect for both teams, bringing them both back up to full strength. Looking at Unfixed. Unfixed does have Death Blossom back up. He might be looking for it in a moment. He's way too low, though. He can't pop it just yet. Now he's going to drop back in. Maybe we'll see in a second. Deadeye is out. He's going to go down the Deadeye. It was high noon. He didn't get the warning. Mendo with the double kill. And IDDQD moving forward and potentially not able to be stopped here.
Yeah, Mendo just cleaning everything up. Now Grabs Hunter just going to actually zone out Too Easy. Unable to get there. That is a very, very fast time.
Yeah, IDDQD making the case, wanting to go up 2-0 in our grand finals. Very fast time coming out for them there, and play the game from Chipshagen.
I think this was the res that preceded the barrage, because they were getting poked down by Voltage at the back end.
That would make sense. I mean, Pluppy went down, yeah, look at that, Voltage took out Pluppy. Then he reses Pluppy, and off the res, Pluppy comes in off the barrage. I don't care if that being play the game, it definitely makes sense. So, the time to beat is going to be 3:28. That is a very quick time. All the cards going in favor of IDDQD here. And while this is not impossible for Reunited to beat, they're going to have to bring their A game and more if they want to even up the series 1-1.
A sub 4-minute Kings is a rarity. That is extremely fast. I think we've seen IDDQD put up a 2:58 on this before, which was insane. That was when Double Orb was very popular, you know, all those weeks ago. But 3:28, oof, that's tough. Tough sledding.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible to beat this time. Entirely possible, but they're going to have to move quickly. And I think the problem is, too, which maybe this is an argument for attackers having a benefit at times to go first, is that for the other team attacking now, they have to take risks that they probably wouldn't have taken on their attacking side. And more than that, the defense can do things to sort of gum up the works because they know they only have to stall for a certain amount of time. If they want to do things like throw in, 3 Torbjorns on a point, knowing that no matter what, it'll buy them X amount of time, they can do that now. So
yeah, and that's something that we've seen IDDQD do before. Now they know how to play the time game and manipulate that attacking, defending meta. So something to definitely think about when teams are choosing attack and defense here. But I think they're just going to play a little bit standard at the very first. They're going to boost Internet Hulk out using the Lucio strat to begin, at least.
Internet Hulk, if nothing else, he's got to go fast in the beginning of every game. He has that on lockdown, has the triple Lucio support.
Sonic Etra? How do you do that? Sonic Symmetra.
I don't know. Can we just say Sanic and leave it a day?
Yeah,
Sanic transcends.
Sounds good, yeah.
Just don't play the Sanic theme monster. Headphones users will never forget. But taking a look at the defense as it finishes rolling out here, we got Hulk on the Symmetra, Mendo on the McCree, Pluppy on Junkrat, Chipshagen on Zenyatta, and the Bridge up on Lucio, and Coco gonna round things out on the Coco, and we get to see more Junkrat action out of Pluppy in Junkrat Alley.
In love with the Coco on his Reinhardt. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see the Hanzo strat coming out. Just some teams just don't like doing it. It's cheesy in its own way, but IDDQD is one that's kind of stuck with it here.
They've been consistent, and every now and then they do get rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it doesn't cost them anything, and I think they feel they can afford to give up 5 seconds on map times, especially when even with that, you're putting up times like 3:28. On offense, though, Voltage is going to play McCree, Cruz will be on Lucio, Morte on Mercy, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Too Easy on Pharah, and Unfixed on Junkrat.
And with that, the timer is on the way. 3:28 is the time to beat. Reunited is going to have to move with extreme haste should they wish to take this game. And I do think the key to that is going to be if they can get a pick on Pluppy here. When teams do well against early IDDQD offense, they do it by picking out Pluppy.
Yep, and I think they're going to have to prioritize that or completely ignore it. You can't really do either, or you have to do one of the two.
A hybrid of the two definitely is not effective, right. I'll say that. And now we see the spam still coming in, doing a lot of damage. 3 people getting hit by that last bomb. Mendo able to take out Winghaven. So first blood of the game going to IDDQD, and Reunited not having much luck at all getting in. And look at this. This is absolutely devastating. They're getting pushed back and more. Pluppy with the triple kill just from long range. The threat is real. Yeah. And he already has tire hex.
I mean, I think when people hear us speak about it in the superlatives we do, they don't quite understand, but that's just a taste of what Pluppy does on defense on Kings Row. It is insanity.
I try and spread around the praise to as many players as possible, but every time I see Kings Row defense, Pluppy in the beginning here, it is absolutely just a masterwork. And this is what happens. Too Easy going in. Will he be able to take out Too Easy? Does not hit the double midair. I'm almost a little bit surprised at that. He's going in. Down goes Morte. Too easy. Going to go down. And this is what happens in this alley.
Yeah, he got some help, though, from Internet Hulk over there, too. Hulk was the one who take down Morte as well.
Tyre's on the way out. Reunited's trying to get a little bit of value here. Tyre, perhaps not long for this world. Trying to bob and weave. Look at... It's really trying to be evasive, but 1 second left. It's going to explode. Nothing happens. Rip Tyre, NA ult, etc. But... taking a look here as they move forward. Mendo does have his Deadeye up. Offensive sound barrier coming in. They're moving in. Too easy again, looking for... Oh no! They were looking for Pluck Beep, but instead they ran into a 3-person Deadeye from Mendo. And Too Easy just calls GG. They have 1:40 left, but they're probably not going to be able to...
Yeah.
So... Wow. A clinic getting put on by IDDQD. They're saying back to lobby.
It's a
too long
map.
to wait for a play of the game.
It's a tough map to take from IDDQD.
It is a very tough map to take from them, but shoutouts to IDDQD there. I mean, wow. So they're going to go up 2-0 over Reunited in a very, very dominant showing in Kings Row, and now Reunited down to their last tournament life. If they're going to turn it around, they need to win the next map, and hopefully we'll go to Route 66.
Well, this might be actually why Hanamura is in the pool remaining, because if you just get 2-0'd by IDDQD, who 4-0'd you yesterday when you're reunited, you might just try to cheese out a win here, and Hanamura can be good for that. We also have Lijiang available, but not quite the weakness that it used to be for IDDQD is King of the Hill. And past that, Route 66, it's a crapshoot. Who knows? So we'll see one of those things, but it is up to Reunited. They have to win the next map. We'll see where they decide to take us.
Yep, so we are waiting for the decision from Reunited. IDDQD, if you're just tuning in, up 2-0 in the series. Numbani actually pretty close, at least in the beginning. Kings Row, not so much. IDDQD looks like they woke up and they are looking absolutely furious right now as they roll into map number 3.
Yeah, we've seen IDDQD kind of do that. I mean, they should have had plenty of warm-up games, but it seems to be like the first game we cast of IDDQD, they always like, they look mortal, they look beatable, they look like, oh wow, they're just not, they don't have it together today. And then about 10 minutes into our cast of their sets, they usually just put it together and look absolutely phenomenal. That Kings Row offense was sick, that defense was sick. We'll see where we're going to next. But I think, I don't remember the map bans who banned out or chose to not ban out Hanamura. I would not be stunned to see us go to Hanamura to maybe just take a map for Reunited, maybe get some momentum their way. I'd be stunned if we go to Lijiang based on Reunited not liking King of the Hill, and then of course Route 66, perhaps. But definitely an interesting map regardless of where we're going to next.
Yeah, I mean, there's good possibilities across the board based on what we're going to. Reunited definitely... almost certainly discussing this pretty thoughtfully on where they want to go, because you don't, it's sort of going, okay, what is their weakest point? But the reality also is that if they're going to win the series, they have to beat them on all 3 maps. So it doesn't really matter if all the 3 remaining maps, for them to win the series, they need to win every last one of them.
Yeah, but you also would like to, if you're going to lose a series, you'd rather lose 3-1 than 3-0. At a certain point, it's true. Pride, especially given the results of last night where they got 4-0'd by IDDQD. They want to take a map just to, I don't want to say save face, but just for their own kind of pride. Like, okay, we can beat these guys. We can beat these guys on a map.
Yeah, I mean, it's those things. I think even affects things like the rankings. I might be wrong, but I think taking maps is accounted for as well. So even for that, at least taking a single map would be useful here. But I'll tell you what, as a competitor, you don't like thinking those thoughts. You don't like going to a game going, well, gee, I sure hope we take, 1 map off them. No, you want to win the entire series. Right,
but it's also momentum too. You need you have to win the next map to be able to have a chance to win the 2 after. So which map gives you the best chance to beat IDDQD? In my opinion, looking at this, I would say their best chance to take a map off them is going to Hanamura. Because I've seen IDDQD on Route 66 once now, and they looked really good on it. I feel that they're practiced on it. I don't know what Reunited has done on Route 66. I know that you can't take them to Lijiang. They've been so good on Lijiang lately. And yeah, I mean, Hanamura might be something, you throw that curveball out. Who knows what happens on Hanamura?
Yeah, although that being said, the few times we've seen IDDQD on the capture points, I guess they did come within 2 seconds of losing the Flight Earth on Volskaya a while back.
Yeah.
But their capture point game is also on point. I mean, they are very aggressive on it. So, I mean, it's a curveball, but history has shown that IDDQD actually pretty comfortable on capture points in general.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're still talking it over right now. So, I mean, I guess we'll get one last time in. I'm going to keep this one brief. If you haven't thrown your $1 in for free, please do so at matcherino.com. You can find our page. The code is GG. EU9. This is our 9th EU tournament. Also, DX Racer in chat, G2A in chat. We're giving away chairs. We're giving away Overwatch, and of course, thank you to Roccat for furnishing our initial prize pool as well. It's been a great tournament. We're happy to have you guys with you. Thanks everyone for watching. We are going to Lijiang Tower, surprisingly enough. I would not guess that.
Yeah, Lijiang, I mean, this has been a very, very strong map for IDDQD in recent memory. I mean, they've been great on it just in general. We'll see if they can keep up that spree of excellence as they move forward here. But we'll just have to see. So, loading Lijiang Towers.
Yeah, first stage, I would not be super surprised to see Reunited win it. It's not as strong for IDDQD. Second stage, I think IDDQD definitely has the advantage, because just how insane Mendo has played on the second stage of this map. We might see some sniping out of this. Too Easy might be playing sniper. It doesn't look like he's queued up on that right now, but it's a decent sniper map as well. Really could see anything here. Nothing would stun me at this point, but Reunited needs to find a way to win a stage and then the map.
Yeah, I mean, one step at a time, right? Or in this case, one round at a time, as it were. So the first step for Reunited to get back into series, win round one Lijiang, go from there, bit by bit. That being said, taking a look at the Reunited team as they group up in our hangar bay ship, whatever you want to call it. We got Morte on the Zenyatta, Winghaven on Symmetra, Voltaja on a Torbjorn, so interesting stuff there. Torbjorn on both sides, actually, I'll leave that to you. Cruz on the Lucio, Too Easy on Tracer, and Unfixed rounding things out on the Genji.
Yeah, Pluppy will be playing Genji for IDDQD. Chips will be playing the Zen. Mendo on Tracer. Coco on Torbjorn. Never Give Up. Harry Hook Never Give Up on Lucio. And Inran Hulk on Symmetra.
Yep, so they are moving in here. We're going to see just what they're bringing to the table. 2 quick kills, though, for IDDQD as they move in here. Actually, it's 1 kill. Voltaja and the turret. The turret is not person, despite what you might believe. So both teams trading out kills here to begin with. Pluppy, though, with kills in the backline, looking like he's starting to turn it in IDDQD's favor. He has Cruz in his sights. Cruz gonna back up, and he has to be careful not to get booped off, just like Winghaven was. Winghaven getting sent to his death from the boop of Nabridgebup. So meanwhile, Mendo winning the Tracer battle versus Too Easy, takes out a turret for good measure, and now Voltaja, PS buddy, you have a Genji behind you, look out. Down he goes.
That trash talk came out early. I think Mendo might have done something of a mistake, and he said, oops, I pulled it Too Easy.
I gotta say, at some point, Mendo's probably getting in Too Easy's head. I have nothing to prove that, but I'd get annoyed.
He's getting in my head, and I'm not even Too Easy.
Yeah, I know. So take a look here. We do have, looking at Cruz, he's coming back in for the Reunited side, trying to boot people off, not having it happen. Pluppy, meanwhile, on the other side, picks up a double kill, and Reunited definitely having some issues getting established so far early in this game.
Yeah, and now especially with this kind of defense, it's especially brutal taking back the points. They've got turrets everywhere. They've got
3 kills again for IDDQD deep in the enemy territory. Too Easy trying to run out, throws a bomb, connects on nothing. And Pluppy and Mendo being very, very aggressive here. Pluppy having himself a game, unlike he's had in the other 2 maps. That's he's been playing badly, but aside from Junkrat, we haven't seen as much of his Genji, but this game he has been going absolutely off.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good day. They've got a teleporter up. They've got turrets everywhere. Too Easy's going to start by taking down the Torbjorn turret, at least.
Yep, so Too Easy coming in, takes out the turret. Pluppy right now just keeping people kept in with the Genji. He just goes in, no fear, into 3 people. Will have to deflect in the end, but that provides a distraction for Mendo, who's also in the area. Takes out Winghaven. Pluppy in the back. 3 kills so far for IDDQD, and even though this is King of the Hill, it's supposed to be taking place in the center, a lot of this is taking place in the Reunited territory by their ship.
Yeah, this is how they like to play. That's when IDDQD started winning King of the Hills. It was based on super aggression, taking the point once and then just kind of camping their spawn, and that's exactly what they're doing right here.
Mendo able to take out Too Easy, 90%. Now Reunited under pressure. They put this game in the overtime because they don't have much time left. Offensive sound barrier coming out for Reunited as they move in. Molten Core out as well. Coco, though, 2 kills. Internet Hulk with a 3rd. And again, this is not looking at Mendo with the mop up and other extra 2 kills for him. So this is going to be first round in a very dominant fashion to IDDQD. So Reunited now on their last life. In all ways of speaking, if they lose this round, that is it. IDDQD will win another EU Grand Final, and Reunited will be left to wonder what happened as they go down 3-0. So Reunited has to make something happen here, Hex.
Yeah, they have struggled against IDDQD for the last few days. They were very confident going into yesterday's show match. Did not work out well for them. Now they're trying to salvage something, and IDDQD is looking dominant yet again. I don't know what that says, but I'm not going to read it. It's some sort of Spanish.
I have no idea what it says, although I do think Chad Apre, if I think, for the Bridge of Bump. What about the Bridge of Bump for all his Lucio bump-off kills there? Well played, Chad. That is a great pun. Anyways, taking a look here at Mendo as Mendo moves in. Chipsogen able to take out that Voltage's turret to start things out. Coco's turret goes down. Not a good day to be a turret early on here on round 2 Lijiang. Both teams still full strength. I'd say positioning advantage maybe a little bit in favor of IDDQD as they go over here. And that's going to let Coco get his turret up sooner than the offense of Reunited might like.
Yeah, I mean, Unfix goes on the point. He's Genjiing it up, and they're trying to stay alive, but they've controlled this bridge, so really no area of entrance available for
Plumpy
United.
already with the Dragon Blade, charged it super fast, is in the back, gets a triple kill off this Dragon Blade. He's not done yet, has Cruz in his sights, still wants to slice and dice. We'll have to get pushed back a little bit here. Only for a moment, though. Plumpy absolutely going ham here on map number 3.
Yep, and IDDQD is where they want to be, on your side of the map, on King of the Hill. The turret is on the opposing team's bridge right now.
Yep, so look at too easy with the pulse bomb. Will drop the pulse bomb, uses on the turret. Down goes Coco's turret. Again, rip turret. Aardvark paying off only a little there, but Reunited rushing in. The pulse bomb is used, so it forces them to use that off nothing else. Voltage's turret going to go down as well. Both teams jockeying for position here. Taking a look at Mendo. Mendo over here. Pluppy, again, both teams still full strength. This is the interesting stuff here. IDDQD just holding a very solid defense. And Coco actually able to take out too easy. Offensive sound barrier is out. Reunited is on the way in. Pulse bomb is out on the Torbjorn. Doesn't kill him just yet. Offensive Transcendence also out. I think the bridge about knocked Torbjorn off to his death in the middle of that. And IDDQD still making a pretty good, compelling case for their defense here.
Yeah, they only lose Internet Hulk during that fight, but not the largest of deals here, as his turrets are still going to be up around the map as well, and everyone's got shields. So they're, again, holding on the other side of the map, on the other side of the bridge. It's going to be difficult for Reunited to get in here, and already 50% down.
Yeah, 52% is remaining here. Reunited seeing their tournament life tick slowly away as they need to at least get control of the middle here. Coco able to take out Voltage's turret. As we do have Dragon Blade coming in here. I believe this is unfixed. No, this is Pluppy's Dragon Blade coming in. Pluppy able to get one kill off it so far, doing a little bit of razzle-dazzle, going back and forth. Look at Cruz. Look at this. Oh,
wow.
I was gonna say, look at this movement. I think he was just jumping off to reset anyways, but it was like, wow.
It was.
He's really on the outer edge there.
Definitely some cool skating for a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Mendo's sitting outside of their spawn, as always, on Tracer. He's so aggressive and fearless. He's discorded and still dancing around.
Yep, offensive teleporter is up. Offensive teleporter is down. 88%. Reunited, struggling to even go into overtime. Down goes Winghaven. Pluppy and Mendo being absolute terrors in the back. 94%. 5% remaining in the rest. Tranquility going out for the defense. They're pushing in. They sense victory in their grasp. 1% remaining. And GG, there it is. IDDQD, your champion yet again for the EU Weekly, defeating Reunited in a straight 3-0. Wow.
Yep. Pretty good. Cool, a
Look at that. Do you see that hook just doing a little twirl there?
Yeah.
That's amazing. The turret doing a lot of work there off the molding core. He's not even shooting people too much. Okay, now we got turn.
A lot of Aardvark.
Wow, the Aardvark at the very end definitely paying off. And Pluppy with the 20 kill streak, 20 libs. We knew he was going off the entire game, but wow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even Pluppy got a little mad of all the talk for Mendo on his Lijiang and Lijiang Tracer. Pluppy with an absolute crazy set today. Of course, the only set we were able to watch from IDDQD today, but in the grand finals, 3-0ing, as always. Who is going to beat these guys? Someone, please.
Yeah, I mean, IDDQD, clearly they're not too dependent on the double orb meta because they changed things up a little bit and they are still absolutely dominant. Very good stuff coming up from them. We're going to try and bring someone from IDDQD on for an winner's review. I think I'm going to try and get Hulk on, but we'll see who we end up getting on in the end. But this has been the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly EU Cup. Big congratulations, IDDQD, winning the weekly yet again. Good stuff for them. And we'll be back in a few minutes after a short break. Stay tuned.